Alright guys, Jason and Muzz here from the Australian Hunting Podcast. What we thought we'd do is just a quick video on how to get your gun licence in New South Wales. Of course it varies from state to state, so check your registry in your specific state. They are very similar, but can be a little bit different. But today we're going to talk about New South Wales. Muzz, what are we going to do if we need to get our firearms licence in New South Wales?
Well, Jace, first of all, we need to get an application form from the Firearms Registry or Weapons Licensing in your respective state. So make sure you get that form. You can order it online or actually call up the department and then have them send the form out to you. Fill out the form carefully, make sure you read all aspects of the form, make sure you got it all right. And then once you've done that form, that's pretty much the first step.
Yep. Okay, step 2, guys, obviously is category A and B. These give you a genuine reason to own a firearm, and what you want to select on that is recreational, hunting and vermin control. Of course, there are other genuine reasons. If you want to target shoot, there's that as well. There's VPAC pest controllers, there's primary production, there's a lot of different ones. You can check the registry and police websites for other genuine reasons that you may want to put on your license too. But the most important one is recreational hunting and vermin control. If you want to come into state forests here in New South Wales, like myself and Muzz are doing today, and you want to hunt on public land, then in state forests in New South Wales, there are other courses you need to do through the Department of Primary Industries, but you can check out that website in regards to getting your game license to hunt in state forests here in New South Wales. Muzz, tell us about when you want to get a property owner. If we need to, if you don't want to join a club, for an example, guys, like you don't want to join SSAA, Field and Game, Australian Deer Association.
Or Shooters Union.
Yep, Shooters Union. And you don't want to hunt in state forest, but you've got public land. Muzz, what can we do? Can we get private land?
Well, you've got to get a permission slip from the property owner. So, for example, that's something that's going to back up your genuine reason, which is a written letter from the property owner stating that you have permission to hunt on their land. So that can also back up your genuine reason and fulfill the requirement for the recreational hunting. Yeah, and that will be on the application as well. You can take it to your farmer. He can sign off on it that you've actually got access to hunt on that private property. Then you can just hunt on private property. But you can also be a member of a club as well. It's not going to prohibit you from having a genuine reason.
That's right.
As a farmer giving you a letter for a genuine reason.
Exactly. Also, too, guys, step 4, most important part. All these steps sort of intertwine at the start of applying for your firearms license. So when you join a club, you select your genuine reasons. Obviously, during that process, before you submit it to the firearms registry, what you need to do is a safety course so you're safe and proficient in being able to handle a firearm. Of course, different organisations do it. There's a ton out there. As Shooters Union, I think, do them. SSAA, Field and Game. A lot of different agencies do them. Ring up. Your local clubs will even do them.
Yeah. So also go to your local gun shop. They'll steer you in the right direction. Some of them also do safe handling courses as well. So that's very important. So just make sure you get your safe handling course organised and complete that.
Yeah, and you want to be safe with a firearm. That's the most important part too. So when you're around other people, like when myself and Muzz hunt today, we want to make sure both of us are proficient with a firearm, and those safety handling courses make you proficient, at least to start in the world of owning firearms, to make sure it's safe as well. Muzz, step 5, sending in all the documentation.
Yes. So once you've got your application form, you've got your genuine reason, which is your membership of a club or a letter from a farmer, and you've done your safe handling course, you compile all that information together and then you send it off to the Firearms Registry or Weapons Licensing.
That's right. There will be a 6-week waiting period or 28-day cooling off period, plus the 2-week administration, so it's normally about 6 weeks, again, depending on what respective state you're in. Now, obviously, people think, Muzz, when they get their firearms license as well, they're just going to buy a firearm, but they need to buy something first to keep their firearms in. What do they need to buy?
Yeah, so now that you've got your application form and it's been received back, now you've got your firearms license, you've got to do one important thing first. You've got to make sure you buy a safe. Okay, because you can't buy any firearms without having a safe place to store them as per legislation. So just make sure you buy a category A and B safe, which is your most common type of safe, and get a 5-gun safe. They usually range from about $250 to $350. They're not that expensive, and most importantly, make sure you get it installed correctly as according to the legislation.
And you can look on your regulations, look on your respective states' registries. They give you how many dynabolts you need, what lengths, etc., and what you need to do. So most people think now they've got their gun license, they've gone to, in New South Wales, you've gone to the RMS, which is the old RTA, to get your license. I said, guys, make sure you tick a 5-year license. You don't want to be going through this every 2 years. I think it's 2 and 5 year license, isn't it? 2 and 5 years. So
you don't want to be 5-year license, especially. It's important just to make sure that you don't have to go through the process again.
Exactly. So 5-year licenses, guys. Now, Muzz, someone's got their license. They want to buy their first gun. They've got their safe and they've got their license. They walk into the gun shop and they say, "Well, I want to buy my first gun." But they can't. What do they need to do?
Okay. Well, the reason why is because you need a permit to acquire, which is commonly called a PTA. So, for example, if you find a firearm you like at the gun shop and you want to put a deposit down on that firearm, or you want to put the full price on it, that's fine. But you need to fill out a PTA first. So once you fill out your permit to acquire, you've got to send it back to weapons licensing or firearms registry. And unfortunately, because if it's your first firearm, you'll still have to wait a 28-day waiting period before you get that PTA back. Now, once you get that PTA back, you're authorized to pick up that firearm.
That's right. And guys, obviously that's for your first one. If you buy, like, example here, me, myself and Mario, I've got a 308 Tikka T3. Now, that's a Category B firearm in New South Wales. Now, if you want to buy a 308, then you decide after that period you want to buy a 223. Once you already have one Category B in possession, you don't have to wait that 28-day cooling off period. It's only the administration period, which is about 2 weeks. So if you decide you want a 223, it'll be about 2 weeks until you get that permit back. So they're the things you need to do. Obviously, again, you can, if you want to hunt, like we said before, on in state forests, on public land in New South Wales, contact the DPI, find out where you can do the small course to be able to get your game license to hunt in state forests. It's one of the greatest things you'll do. You can get
Victoria,
involved.
Jace?
And you got Victoria. There's, well, I say Queensland because Queensland don't have it, but there's obviously other states, Victoria as well. If you want to hunt there as well, there's other things you need to do in regards to that. But also,
Jace, did you know if you're a Queenslander, by the way, you can still get onto the Department of Primary Industries, which is the DPI New South Wales website. And if you're near the border,
you can come over the border.
You can, even if you're not near the border, you can still apply for a New South Wales hunting license, which is the R license, and hunt in New South Wales State Forest. And it's just jump over the border and come on in.
So guys, if you want to get hunting, a lot of people have been emailing us about how to get your gun license. I know this is only a small snapshot, but if you need help, you can email me at australianhuntingpodcast@gmail.com. I'll try and steer you in the right direction as well. But again, for advice, go on the registry, New South Wales Police Registry website, gives you all the details about genuine reasons, and come out there and enjoy this beautiful landscape with good friends. Chances are you might be able to hunt a deer like we've got here sitting on the table. So.
Well, guys, that's basically how do you get your firearms license. So if you want to share this video with your friends, let them know. It may be a very good instructional tool. Now, I've got to say, it's just a guide, okay? So please don't take our word as gospel, because regulation may vary from state to state. So this is just a guide to get you started. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to make sure you've got your form filled out, to make sure you've got your genuine reason done properly, to make sure you've got your safe bolted in properly, and to make sure you filled out your PTA before purchasing your first firearm. So now, for all you beginner hunters as well, when you're purchasing your first firearm, you may not be too sure about what kind of firearm you want to purchase. Well, you want to get a Category A and B firearm. If you can, maybe first you get your Category A, which is your rimfire or your shotgun. So you might want to buy a shotgun first to fulfill your Category A, and then later on you might want to get a 243 or a 308 in your Category B. So that's just to begin. But once you have all your equipment, you've got all your stuff set up, you've got your safe, your firearms, you've got your hunting gear and whatever, and then you can apply for an R license through the DPI or through Victoria Game Parks. So there you go, guys, and then you'll be out here with people like myself and Jace, hunting the great outdoors, having a great time, enjoying the camaraderie, wonderful big stories around a campfire, Jason, which is always great fun, and also hunting big stags like this one here. So
it might seem a bit daunting, all this stuff you have to do, but once you've done it and you're into it, it's fairly easy. Then you just got to obviously find friends, get your friends into it, go out and enjoy the outdoors. Nothing like getting out here. We had a campfire last night. It's fantastic. Good food, good game meats. You can't really go wrong, guys. So happy hunting. Hope this helps just a little bit. Again, email us if you need more help, and I guess we'll catch you next time. Happy hunting.
All right, from Muzz and Jason, see you later at the Australian Hunting Podcast.